Could you imagine telling Davante, hey, sit down, Davante. Let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to tank this season.
Davante Adams almost got caught lying on the K. Adams show.
How many trade offers for Max Crosby can you continue to turn down?
The day has finally come. I know you've been denying it all this time and telling me that this day would never come, but it's here. Davante Adams is officially a Jet. How are you feeling today? I had to get you on here immediately. You're the first person I think of when anything like Raiders happens, especially something this big.
Well, I guess I would feel relieved, not because it's sad to see Davante go. Like any Raider fan that sits here and goes, yes, we traded him. Like, no, it shows how dysfunctional our franchise has been. The Raiders needed to make this move, yes. But I think we were live when Davante Adams was traded to the Raiders, and you saw my reaction. And I've said nothing but good things about Davante, and I've said that everything that and I wouldn't trade it. Anything that the Raiders gave up for Davante, the first and second, and over the last 2 years of what Davante has done, it was a privilege to be able to watch a wide receiver like that, even though we weren't able to get it done. But am I happy that the Raiders made the trade?
Hey, sorry for interrupting myself, but one quick reminder before you forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can be here every single time I post. It's the free way you guys can support the channel. We're trying to build something special here very early on in the stages here. We only have 10,000 subscribers. We're trying to get 20,000 subscribers. The only way that's possible is if you guys support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, turn on notifications.
Am I happy that the Raiders made the trade? No. Did I kind of see this coming? Yeah. And the value that the Raiders got was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was going to be similar to the Keenan Allen trade. What was the official deal? I saw a 3rd-round pick and it's comped, right? Like if they succeed with Davante, it becomes a 2nd-round pick. What's the official deal? I haven't actually broke any of this down yet. I saw that the Raiders are only going to have to be on the hook for like 15 more million 1 year, right?
Yeah. So Mark Davis said rumors are if Mark Davis wanted to trade Davante Adams, they needed to take the whole contract. So the Jets took all the money that's owed to Davante. So the Raiders have a little bit that they got to take. I think it's $15 million over the next 2 years that they have to take, but they save 20, 30 million and have a lot of cap room next year. But they get a 3rd-round pick that could turn into a 2nd-round pick if Davante Adams is voted All-Pro, 1st team or 2nd team, or if Davante plays in the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl for the Jets. So basically, it's a 3rd-round pick.
3rd-round pick, yeah. It's a 3rd round. And Amon-Ra St. Brown went in the 3rd round.
Yeah, a lot of things could happen in the 3rd round. Like
Davante Adams went in the 3rd round.
You got to use the draft capital correctly. Like,
yep.
Even if you don't pick with that pick, maybe it's something that you could use as a trade value next year. But I mean, the Raiders are going to have a good amount of draft picks next year with this 3rd-round pick because they're getting some compensatory picks as well for players they lost.
That's why I figured that you would be the person to bring on this show because you tote the line. You perfectly tote the line between being overly passionate and kind of logical, and sometimes lean either direction just for strategy, obviously. But you could see this coming when you retrace like the Davante Adams trade deadline as a whole or trade timeline as a whole. This goes back like a full calendar year at this point, and you cannot tell me that everything going on with Antonio Pierce and going back and forth and all of these rumors that their Jets are trying to get Davante Adams all off season. It was a distraction for Davante at very minimum, but as a whole for the franchise, for the GM, for the coach, it's a looming thing. It's been there for a year.
I just wish Davante would have done it in the offseason. And I think we've talked about it and a couple of times where it just wasn't a move Tom Telesco could make coming over to the Raider Nation. Like he was already hated being in the coming from the Chargers over here. And then the trade Davante right when you walk in the door, like, hey, you were gonna people were gonna hate on you. And it goes back to Derek Carr. That's what it goes back to. He came to the Raiders for one reason, to play with Derek Carr. He gave it a choice, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'll play with Jimmy G." That didn't work out, right? And then they promised him a quarterback, didn't get him a quarterback, and I think he hung around for AP. But at one point, if you're not having fun playing football, that's what the main thing about football is, and people forget. Yes, they get paid all this money, but at the end of the day, you have to have fun doing what you love doing. But yeah, my only issue is like, why did you fake it so long? Why didn't you just tell them at the beginning of training camp, like when the quarterback battle was happening, and you saw that both Minshew and AOC weren't going to get it done?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go, hey, trade me now? It would have helped you. It would have helped the Raiders then, and it would have helped the Jets then. The Jets probably wouldn't be sitting at 2-4 right now, and Robert Saleh probably would have a job.
Or, hey, guys, you say you value me this much as a franchise player. You say that I am, one of the heartbeats of this team. Like, let's get in communication on what the plan is for quarterback at least. Because this isn't it, right? What I'm seeing here. This isn't it, right, guys? Like, we can all agree on that. So what is the plan forward? Are we going to be active at the deadline? Are we thinking about looking at, like, if the Rams want to trade Matthew Stafford, if, things are going bad with Kirk Cousins, are you guys going to get me someone that can improve this right away? It seems like the Raiders weren't planning on doing that. This seems like the plan probably is to find this rookie quarterback they're looking for, but they just haven't gotten in to draft range to actually pull the trigger on yet. But Davante Adams is not going to wait around for that.
Could you imagine telling Davante, hey, sit down, Davante. Let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to tank this season.
Yeah, that's basically it.
And it's like, fuck no. I would be out too. Like if I knew, and I don't even want to get into it, but I have so many thoughts in my head that I'm trying to like not bring out. And I'm trying, I've always tried to be that positive guy, but it's hard. Like sometimes it's hard. And I have a lot of theories. And I think Raider Nation, if I actually said what I wanted to say, I think Raider Nation would be pissed off. I already get people that say I'm a fake fan anyway, so that doesn't bother me. But the organization, I came out the other day and I said there's a lot more issues with the organization than just head coach and quarterback and all that. But Davante knows something. Now, it did come out today that AP did say yes, go ahead and trade him, because even though Davante and him were talking again after the trade rumors came out, AP said there wouldn't be that trust there anymore. And I agree with that. Davante would come back for a week, something goes wrong, then he's pissed off again, trade me. Like once somebody says that they don't want to be in your building, and it goes for any franchise, not just the Raiders. If you're on a team and you don't want to be there and you can't give 100%, there's a door. Why keep a player that's not going to be happy with the organization?
100%. And when you say that trust thing, I'll say some pretty edgy stuff. I don't mind. Like Davante Adams almost got caught lying on the K Adams show, like straight up lying about the team, right? Because it came out that he requested a trade, and that's almost a factual thing at this point, that he requested a trade before going on that show and then pretended like he had no idea that he was being shopped. So that right there already was Davante Adams playing the game. And what's crazy is when you were talking about kind of the conspiracies of Tom Telesco playing fan politics in the offseason with this whole thing, I was thinking like, that sounds like something that Tom Telesco would do, but wasn't really all in on it. But then when I saw Davante make that move, that they're both playing that game, now I'm like, okay, Joe might have been onto it like on the freaking nose.
Think about it. You got to do what you got to do. How many Raider fans would have hated Tom Telesco the first day he walks in and trades Davante Adams?
Yeah.
Like, even though he's justified, but in my mind, sometimes you just got to rip that Band-Aid off. Tom, you did good at what you got for now, but you should have done it. You should have done it in the offseason.
And Davante grew up a Raiders fan. He loves the Raider Nation. He doesn't want to be the guy to say, hey, send me out like into the microphone loudly. He just wants to give you like a million hints that he wants out, but he doesn't want to just say it into the microphone because he doesn't want to piss off the Raiders fans either. And that's why I hate that. And that's why I don't think Tom Telesco is going to work as the Raiders GM no matter how long they keep him, whether it's 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years. At some point in the next 5 years, he's going to get fired, because when you play fan politics like that, this is the situations you get yourself into. And you lose Davante Adams when all you had to do was make sure you got a quarterback this offseason. Any of the veterans that moved, you could have gotten Andy Dalton in here and this dude would be happy.
How many offers, how many trade offers for Max Crosby can you continue to turn down? That's what I need to know. Like, I love Max Crosby. Everybody loves the player.
This is the
but
thing.
If you're
Joe,
getting offered multiple first round picks,
this is the thing I'm avoiding doing on this show because I'm being a good host. You know, we're gonna talk plenty of shit on the MJT Football podcast. We're gonna talk shit. I'm trying not to talk shit to you, but it is so like hypocritical is not the right word, but they always like that what they state, what they do, it just ages poorly every time. I'm a Raider for life. Don't ever say that, bro.
Yeah,
don't tat that logo on your bicep. Tat it on your chest that you can put a shirt over. Because now you're gonna be playing for the Detroit Lions with a Raider tattoo. And if you cover that up with a Lions tattoo, riots are gonna be going on.
And here's what's shitty about it. No matter what the Raiders do, us Raider fans come right back. We'll be pissed off and be like, you traded Davante, and then 3 days later be like, all right, let's go beat the
you'll also turn on him too. Like, all the Raiders fans are going to turn on Davante, and if Max got traded, they'd all turn on Max, just like they turned on Josh Jacobs and on Derek Carr. And that's the thing. Derek Carr said that if the Raiders let him go, he would retire, let go the next season. Davante Adams said, I want to be a Raider for life. Let go the next season. Y'all need to stop saying this.
Josh Jacobs is different, though. Josh Jacobs, everybody was sad to see him go. They didn't want to see him go. They were backing him. And then he turned on the Raider Nation. Like, he started talking shit about the Raiders. And when you do that, I mean, just go. Just go. If you want to leave, cool. If you want to say, hey, I got more money here, cool. But don't go and attack everybody else. But I'm not saying trade Max Crosby. I'm just saying if Tom Telesco has no allegiance to anybody, right?
Yeah.
Here, I don't know how much. I don't know. This is just the trade talk right now, so I don't want to go into more. I have a lot more, Mike, that I'm sitting here.
Well, also I'll say to the viewers, they're watching this probably on either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of week 6. The video that I'm recording with you right after this is a plan to save the Raiders. We're going to talk about this Max Crosby trade topic a ton, and we're dropping it next week. So subscribe to the channel. I want to see happen for all the reasons that the Raiders are the Raiders. But Joe, thanks for coming on. Plug your stuff one more time. Before we go,
Joe Morley, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. But don't be sensitive. If you want to follow me, don't be sensitive.
Yeah, they might unfollow after a few videos. Go check them out. We also collaborate on a lot of stuff, y'all. So we put out some funny Chargers versus Raiders content. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for tuning in to another NFL Mike video. Now it's time to go make more football friends or go and compete in the Mike's Pick'ems challenge or against me in daily fantasy football challenges by joining my completely free NFL group chat, or head to fifthdown.shop and check out and see if we got your team's newest designs. Or now you can simply rep your favorite players without having to wear another team's gear. And then tag us in pictures of you wearing your Fifth Down merch for a shout out in the next episode of NFL Mike's Corner, and help us reach our goal of getting 1,000 NFL fans wearing Fifth Down. Or you can head to the next NFL Mike video by clicking it. It's on your screen. Go ahead.